Shabbat Shalom, I'm Rabbi Jeff Pivo. The Torah does not typically provide reasons for God's laws. As parties to a covenant, a contract with God, we are expected to fulfill the letter and the spirit of the law. The relationship between the two parties appears to be sufficient reason to do so. The closest the text typically comes to an explanation for the mitzvot is the command to be a holy people, to be distinctive just as God is distinctive. But on rare occasions, we get a specific reason for doing a specific mitzvah. In the first aliyah of Parshat Ki Tetzei this week, we read about a case involving a mother bird and her eggs or young. The Torah teaches that coming upon a nest, whether in a tree or on the ground, we are not to take both mother and offspring, but rather to chase away the mother bird and to take only the young. There are a number of different Jewish responses to this situation, none of them particularly better than the others, which suggest a whole range of values. Some commentators understand it to mean that God wants us to avoid habituating ourselves to cruelty so that we learn compassion. Others maintain that this is a mitzvah about showing concerns for the animals themselves, teaching us to avoid inflicting unneeded stress on them. Still others, in all of the modern movements, extend the concern for mother bird and its young to all animals, insisting that the best Jewish way to protect them is not to use them as food at all. What I find most interesting is the reward that the Torah promises for fulfilling this mitzvah. Taking only the young and not the mother, it says, will be good for you and prolong your days. Unlike most mitzvot, for which there is no reward stated, here we are promised a good, long life if we comply. The text doesn't explain its terms. We are left to wonder what the definition of a good life is, although a long one is easy to understand. And the Torah doesn't make the connection between the act and the reward explicit. Why this reward for this act? What is the connection between compassion for the birds and our own longevity? An answer might be found in another mitzvah, one that also deals with the parent-child relationship, which also provides an explicit reward, and that uses virtually the same language as this verse in Ki Tetzei. It is the well-known command in Aseret HaDibrot, the Ten Commandments, to honor our parents, so that, quote, your days will be lengthened and it will be good for you. In both cases, sensitivity to the parental relationship results in a long, good life. Whether in the human or the animal realm, the Torah insists that that relationship sets the parents above the young and promises reward for doing so. The assertion here is that parents must be honored, even at the expense of their children, and that committing ourselves to that ideal will bring reward. Given how complex the relationship between children and parents is, it may not be surprising that the Torah wishes to make some kind of compensation explicit. Perhaps we should take it to mean, if we honor our parents as we mature and they age, we will merit living long enough to be treated the same way by our own children, and that we understand the connection between the giving of honor now and the receiving of it later. From all of us at the East Brunswick Jewish Center, Shabbat Shalom.